All right, so we're gonna work on how to multiply by 5. So what you need is your whiteboard and you need a marker. What I want you to do is to start with your board so that the blank part where there's nothing written at the bottom is closest to you, to your stomach, okay? And you're gonna start over with the box that says 1, okay? What we're going to do is we are going to circle groups of 5. We're working on multiplying by 5, so we'll be circling groups of 5. So starting over here, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 boxes. I'm going to circle the group and I'm going to write 5. Then I'm going to circle another group of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so I'll have a group of 10. Okay? Then I'll just keep circling. I want you to circle groups of 5 until you get to 50. Okay? 3 groups. So if you notice, I'm writing 15 because I'm ending on the 15 mark. So once I circled 3 groups of 5, I'm ending at 15. And I'm just going to keep going, circling groups of 5 and labeling them next to it. Okay. Now right here it gets a little tight, so you might just have to write a little bit smaller there. But I'm going to keep circling off my groups of 5. Okay, so I went all the way to 50. Now let's count how many groups we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I circled off 10 groups of 5. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to tie this to multiplication. So I want you to use your fingers to show that you have done a group of 5. So for this first one group of 5 is 5. 2 groups of 5 is 10. 3 groups of 5 is 15. 4 groups, I can't really do that with my fingers. 4 groups of 5 is 20. 5 groups of 5 is 25. 6 groups of 5 is 30. 7 groups of 5 is 35. 8 groups of 5 is 40. 9 groups of 5 is 45. And 10 groups of 5 is 50. So we circled off 10 groups of 5. We can also write down our count bys. So we can go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, oops, can't see it, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Let's pause the video and talk about the different patterns that we see here. All right, so we wrote down our count bys. Now we just need to, I'm going to erase this with my hand because I forgot my little eraser. So now let's write, let's tie it to multiplication. So whenever you see an X, this means this is the multiplication symbol. This is how we multiply. This symbol means groups of, okay? Every time you see this, you can read it as multiply or times, but you can also read it as groups of. So if we look at our first circle right here, we have 1 group of 5. And how many boxes is our total? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. If we look at this one, we have 2 groups of 5, right? 1, 2. 2 groups of 5, which equals 10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's keep going. If I have 1, 2, 3 groups of 5, I have 15 little squares. Go ahead and I want you to write multiplication equations for all of the rest of them. So 4 groups of 5 equals 20. I want you to keep going. You might run out of room. Feel free to write over here on this side too. All right, so now that we have written our multiplication equations. So I'm going to go ahead and finish writing the rest. 5 times 5 equals 25. 5 groups of 5 is 25. 6 groups of 5 equals 30. 7 groups of 5 equals 35. 8 groups of 5 equals 40. 9 groups of 5 equals 45. And 10 groups of 5 equals 50. Oops, can't see my board. Okay, so now that we have all of our groups of 5, let's look at what this really actually means. So, if you have another way of drawing this is we can draw circles or groups. So for the multiplication equation, 1 times 5, another way to draw that is it's one group of 5 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? One group of 5, well, what's the total? How many things do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5. Now if I were to change this and I wanted to say 2 groups of 5, so now I'm going to draw 2 groups of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, let's see. How many things do we have in all, or how many dots do we have in all? If we have 2 groups of 5 things, how many do we have in all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, I can count it individually. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or a faster way is I could say 5, because I know there's 5 in here. 10. I can count by my 5s to help me. 5, 10. So then I know that 2 groups of 5 equals 10. Another way to do this is you could say it's 5 plus 5, right? We're adding these 5 plus these 5. Let's look at what 3 groups of 5 would be. 3 groups of 5. So now I'm going to draw a picture of 3 groups of 5. 1 group of 5, 2 groups of 5, 3 groups of 5. So I have 5 plus now I have another 5. This is 3 groups of, right? Our X means groups of 5. Let's count. 5, 10, 15. 3 groups of 5 equals 15. Again, you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. But that takes a lot longer. A faster way to do it would be to say 5, 10, 15. Okay? You can also count on your fingers. 5, 10, 15. Okay? Now, I want you to get out your blocks. Okay? And I'm going to write an equation on the board of times 5, and I want you to build it with your blocks. So if I wrote 4 times 5, we would read this as 4 groups of 5. Can you build 4 groups of 5? The rest of these will be on Miss Cook's slide for you to build with your blocks.